Hello, this is Dr. Singh, and here is my name. And you are looking at tables, one on table on the left side, the second on the right hand side. Both have the same information, and we have discussed this in some other videos. So you need to watch all the videos, and let's try to work on or look at the Word document on the left side. I'm going to minimize this one here and probably okay. Now, I'm not in rush. There's no need to panic. It's not difficult. You can always understand it, okay? Having said that, let's try to see that in this video we want to work on or talk about. Look at the very top, always follow the mouse. List of brokerage firms in Pakistan. That's what we are going to discuss in this video. I'm not in rush, and you have to have time and patience both. The most important thing is right over here, so that your fear should go away by reading these lines. And I'm going to go slow on this one, and you should pause the video. And I'm going to read. I'm somewhere in the first paragraph over here. In Pakistan, brokerage companies are required to hold client funds in a segregated account at a licensed bank to protect them from the company's financial instability. Let's stay in this yellow part here. So I'm going to be discussing only the yellow part for the time being, and then we'll later discuss this part. What is the meaning here? What do we mean? What do we understand by this? Brokerage companies over here, and when you say the companies over here, it refers to the brokerage company. The brokerage company are simply the middleman where you as a client and me as a client or the public opens up the account to do trading in the stock market of Pakistan. That's their goal. So brokerage company are just like a middleman. Okay. Through them, you can buy the stocks. But the question is, when you submit or when you give the money to the brokerage companies, where does that cash? Remember, I'm using the word cash here, not the stock itself for the time being. Where does that cash go? The brokerage company, according to this statement over here, and it is true, they don't hold your money in their own account. It is immediately transferred to some other place. Look at this part over here. To other place, some other bank, which is much more secured and all that stuff. So that particular bank, call that as the super bank. I have, I think it's the State Bank of Pakistan, but whatever bank it is, it's over there. They hold your cash. The brokerage company simply passes on your money to them. So brokerage company cannot use your money at all. That's what it means. If the brokerage company goes bankrupt, then that licensed bank over there, they will, the PSX and the bank in a collaboration will transfer you to some other brokerage company, and your cash will be displayed over there. That the meaning that your cash is safe. It is not with the brokerage company, but it is in a totally different bank. So it is very, very safe so far as the cash is concerned. And generally, that cash is insured up to a much bigger amount, with that probably I will talk in a separate video. So I hope we are clear about this one, that if you have a brokerage company in your neighborhood or wherever, they do not keep your cash. They will simply pass on to somebody else. Somebody else is a licensed super bank. right over here to protect you from the brokerage company itself. Okay, so let's read this part over here, the second paragraph. These segregated accounts are separate. Well, that's what I mentioned a moment ago. So I'm going to read again. These segregated accounts are separate from the brokerage firm's own assets. See? So we trust the brokerage company, but at the same time, the brokerage company is not authorized to keep your money. They will pass on to a super bank over there on the other end. So let's read again. So these segregated accounts are separate from the brokerage firm's own assets and are managed in compliance with the regulation set by the Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. Look at this, is like a super policeman. Okay, so they are extremely careful about your public money, the cash. Well, if you invest the money in the stock market, that's a totally different issue. But if you keep the cash over there, it is well secured. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what they are trying to tell you in this paragraph. I'm somewhere over here. The Central Depository Company, CDC of Pakistan, is also involved in managing electronic settlement of transaction within the Pakistan Stock Exchange. So folks, it's not the brokerage company that does it. It is somebody else that does all the detailed work. If the brokerage company all of a sudden closes its door, goes bankrupt, and all that stuff, no need to worry. There's no need to worry, because look here, this body in Pakistan is sitting there. That is, they are the masters. They are the big policemen. They protect your cash as well as your shares that you had. So brokerage company cannot run away with your shares, cannot run away with your cash. That's the important part over here. So folks, I will ask you to read this again and again, and I'm going to make a separate video in a separate time to throw some more light on it. But I'm sure you get the point. Since we are discussing the list of brokerage firms, as I mentioned at the top, I'm going to continue with now that work. So the goal here is not only to give you some additional information, but also mention about what are the brokerage firms in Pakistan. Now let's be on this small table over here. Always follow the mouse and the shaded area. There are total of 210 brokerage companies in Pakistan as we speak, meaning at the time when this video was made. And there are 6 cities, major cities, where the brokerage companies have their offices. These are the six cities in Pakistan. So you may be sitting in a small town, wherever, you can always call them, find out, and open up your account, even though whichever city you take, it doesn't make a difference. They all are going to behave almost, I mean, the brokerage company, but the cities you take, it has, I mean, the brokerage company keep their, offices in the big city most of the time, okay? Now, in the Karachi city, there are 122 brokerage companies have their offices. In Lahore, there are 63. I'm somewhere over here. So there are 63 companies that have office in Lahore. Let me take the comma out from here. And there are 18 companies in Islamabad, 3 in Rawalpindi, 3 in Faisalabad, and 1 is in Gujranwala. You can call them, you can talk to them, and go from there. In this Word document, I have the information about all 210 brokerage companies there. Let me just go to this and let's look at the first one. So how do we read this? The first column that you see over here gives you just a serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and the second one just gives you the name of the city, and the third one, which is right over here, tells you about the name of the company and the managers and their phone numbers and their addresses and so on and so forth. Okay, I forgot to highlight this guy. Let me do it. The red color is right over here, and let me try to fill it up with a green color right over here. So the telephone numbers are right in red with the red fonts and with a green background, and you have the addresses, the name of the manager, and so on and so forth. So for example, if you're, let's go back here. The name of the brokerage company is 128 Securities Private Limited. That's the name they have chosen. Fine with me. The name of the manager is Shahid Mahmood. Corporate office phone numbers are 1, 2, and 3, at least they're publicly mentioned. This is the location, the address, and then there are some branch offices. Maybe there's another one more manager over here. You can find out, right? And these two offices are probably in the same building, whatever. I'm sure you can read and find out. So this is in the city of Lahore, as it says on the yellow part over here. I've colored these things. So all the Lahore is in yellow color. For example, look down below over here. Yellow, 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 yellow. Oh, there we go. They're Lahore. They're in Lahore. Okay. Let's go back up. So I've color coded them based upon the city. Let's go at the top, and I'm not in rush. So you can always pause the video. I was here before I showed you other part. So read it carefully on your own. And the 63 that you mentioned over here, that I mentioned over here, is the number of brokerage company in Lahore. Okay. So you decide if you want to open an account, which and where you want to start, which brokerage company you want to pick. So let's move on and show you now. I'm going to probably keep quiet, show you, and you can, pick and choose. You're clear about the phone numbers, addresses, the city, and all that stuff. Okay. So these are the first 5 brokerage, listed first 5. Okay. So, let's move on to the next one here. Next page. Up to 5 is right over here. Let me show you 5 again. You have to, pause the video if you have to. And always share, talk with your friends, and work together. Let's go to the next page. So here is again still 5. Let me go back. So this is number 5, brokerage company. And let's move to the next page right over here. So 6 up to probably 9 is up to here. So from 6 to 9 is here. You can pause the video, call them. You have the idea. Let's move to the next. So 9, and let's move to the next list. 10, 11, 12 is okay. Let's go. I'm not in rush. So pause the video, rewind if you have to. Let's look at the 12 completely now. The 12 is that one here, right here. They have a lot of opposites. The phone numbers are there. Move to the next one. The next 18 up to 20. Remember, this color is different blue for Islamabad. Then we come to 21, company number 21, brokerage from 21. Now we go to 26 onward. So you have seen up to 30. Let's move on to 31 right over here. Up to 34, you have it, right? This is 34. They've got a lot of offices. So they have a lot of branches, different places. Remember, all the brokerage companies are safe. They can't cheat you. Why? Because your cash is kept somewhere else. And if you buy shares, they're also kept with somewhere else. So the brokerage company is just like a middleman. They just go, when you inquire from the brokerage company, they will pass on to the other side, to two different places, one the bank, the other where the assets are held, and they will bring the things back to you. That's what they do. And I will discuss that in a different video in a little bit more detail. So let's look at this one. Whoa, that's a lot of them, right? Let's go to the next one. And it still continues. And so we have now a complete up to 37. Let's move on to the next one. You can pause the video. 38 is at the top over there. 38 is fairly large company, big company. And it doesn't make a difference, folks. It doesn't make a difference. Should you be buying or using a small brokerage company or bigger one? It doesn't make a difference. It's just like if it's a large one, it's like a bus. And if it's a small one, it could be like a car. So if you have to go from one place to another place, you can use either bus or you can use a car. They'll both take you to the same place, right? Think like that. So it does not make a difference whether you open from an ordinary, simple brokerage company or else the bigger one. Okay? And you can always inquire. I'm giving you the complete list. So these are very safe companies, okay? Well-established company, even though it could be run by one person. That's possible. You can open your own brokerage company if you like, but guess what? You have to follow all the rules and regulations. You cannot cash somebody's check. It's plain and simple. So it's very, very safe. Let's move on to the next one. 39. So maybe I should go a little faster. Not that I'm in a rush, but I don't want to make the video to be very, very long. 42. Let's go to 43 onward. Pause the video if you have to. 43 is up to here, up to 47. Let's go to 48, up to 51 or 50 easily. Next page, 51 is right over here to 54. Next page, 55 to 59. Next page, 60 to 63. Next page, 64 to 65. Next page, 66 to 68. Brokerage firm 69, which is right over here, to 70. From 71 to 73. 74 to 78. 79 to 82. 83 to 87. 88 to 91. 92 to 96. From 97 to 98. Let's see, 99 now. Okay, that's 99. Let's move to 100 and 100 and, oops, slightly 100 from here to 102. Okay, 103 is bigger company. It has a lot of branches. Let's go and move to the slowly finish up this 103. Let's go to 104 and up to 107. I have to show you all of them. I'm going to show you all of them. 108, 210 probably. Let's see. 110 is also very fairly big company, brokerage company. So as I said, it doesn't make a difference whether you use a small or big. They're just the middleman. Nothing to worry about it. Don't think since it's big, therefore you're safer. No, you're safer regardless. I should say like that. Up to 114. 115 is over here, 218, 119 through 122, 123, which is again fairly low, big company, brokerage company. And let's move and show you the remaining half. Then we move to 124 and up to 127. Pause the video if you have to. 128 is right over here. 232. Let's move on. We are more than halfway through. 133 to 134. Well, let's look at 133 first. We move to 34 now. 134 is also big company, brokerage company. Okay. Up to 138. Faisalabad. How about that? And up to 143, 144 to 147. Now we move to 148 to 152, 153 to 150. Well, 154 is little. Let's move up slowly. 154 is again big company, brokerage company. Okay. So the protection by the small brokerage company and big brokerage company, it doesn't make a difference. It's the same, okay? Because somebody at the top, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the cash and the assets, the shares that you that are on your name are kept somewhere else. Okay, 158 we are done. Let's go 159 to 162. Move on. 163 to 165, 166 to 168. Let's move to 169 onward. Go up to 171. Let's move to 172 now. There we go. Up to 74 is visible to you. Let's move on to 175. 176, 177 is coming right there. Now remember, it took me almost 4 or 5 days to set up this nicely, okay? It's not a 1 day, 5 minute work. It's could have been a week also, okay? Time to set up nicely, bring up all the things, color them and all that stuff. So let's go with 177 onward, up to 180. Let's move on. 181 to 186, probably. Let's move to the next one. 187 to 190. 191 to 195. 196 to 197. 198 seems to be a little bigger. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Up to 200. And then we come to 201 up to 203 and 204 to 207. As you can see, pause the video. 208 is right over here to 209, and the last one is right over here, 210, Islamabad. It has a lot of offices and things like that. Okay. Now remember, let's go at the top. I will not be, I've already spent a lot of time. Don't worry about the things. You put your money over here in the stock market with the brokerage. Don't worry. If the brokerage company is listed over here, it's authentic, it is good. And your cash and if a stock you have bought are kept at two different places somewhere else. So if the brokerage company goes bankrupt, the Security and Exchange Commission that you see over here will inform you within a day or two that you have been transferred because your existing brokerage company went bankrupt or they were doing fraudulent thing, whatever. But everything is safe that you had. It is, they will tell you that they have closed down, they have shut up that brokerage company, and your money and your stocks are are available to you on a different brokerage company. They will tell you, or they will ask you, should we move it to some other place? So they will let you know immediately within a day or so, less than a day probably, within the same day. Okay, so there's no need to panic. What happened to my cash and the stocks? The safest place on the earth is stock market. Okay, so your things are very, very safe. With this, I'm going to stop recording. I'm done with it. So folks, keep in mind the brokerage companies, you don't have to worry about them. There is a Superman sitting at the background, which is called as Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. So don't worry about it. And then there is a Central Depository Company, CDC of Pakistan. These are two, they keep an eye on what's going on. So public money is there. They are very, very careful. With this, I'm going to stop recording. Have faith in the market. Stop recording. Here we go.